How's it going, guys? Welcome to the wonderful world of the internet. I know it's a new invention and none of you guys have seen this before, but we're doing a podcast. Yeah.
Is it a podcast?
Well,
there's video associated with it.
Well, that's true.
It's a vlog.
We're doing a vlog!
A vlog.
A vlog. So we are Critical Failures. We do the FMA Abridged that we're doing for TIBA. That's a lot of we're doing, but that is what we're doing. So my name is Matthew. I voice Edward Elric. To my
left, Jarrett. I'm the voice of Alphonse. I'm also the director of the series. Well, we'll talk about that later.
I'm Joseph. I voice the barkeeper, and I'm going to be voicing other characters, hopefully. And, you know, one of the biggest things I did is help contribute to writing and sound design.
Yeah. Yep. So we're doing this video because we now have 100 subscribers and 10,000 views on our video, which
one did we hit first? Do you remember? Well, it doesn't matter.
My guess is views. I think it's views.
Probably the views.
Yeah.
Either way, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like 10,000?
Why don't we talk a little bit about how we decided to do Full Metal Alchemist? Because we had a few other things we were considering doing, and I need to get a pen that actually works.
There's not any pen sitting. Oh, there's one.
Right here too.
So initially we had in our list Death Note.
Yeah. Gurren
Lagann. Yeah.
Samurai Champloo was on there for like a split second, but then we decided not to just because.
Wasn't there another one?
There was, because we had 5.
Oh, Devil's a Part-Timer.
Yeah, but that was already a comedy, so it's kind of hard to do.
I feel like my hair looks like shit today. It's like
it kind of does.
It's like flatter than normal, but it's like poofier.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if the humidity. Well, whatever. It's on camera now.
It's pretty humid in here, yeah. And then Full Metal Alchemist.
Full Metal Alchemist, yeah.
So we went through this list. We're gonna post it up on the video edits. So Death Note. We pretty much watched the first episode of each one, and kind of rated them on jokeability. What else was it?
Content, so like
voices to do.
To do. How fun.
Doability. Yeah, it was jokeability, doability, and there was another ability.
It was the likelihood that other people were going to do it.
Yeah.
Because
popularity.
Because we have to compete against other people doing, like, only one of each anime can make it into the finals, right? So we chose something that we knew would be popular, that people would like, but that we wouldn't have 500 people doing.
Yeah.
So
which
One
is why
Punch Man is completely out for that.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad we didn't do Death Note, because there was like 1,000
ton of them,
Death Note entries.
Yeah.
We decided to do Full Metal because as we were watching the first episode, we saw a ton of potential for some pretty funny jokes.
Yeah.
And jokes that didn't have to be in the gutter. There was some in Gurren Lagann. It was just pure gutter jokes.
Yeah.
All like drilling. That's all I gotta say.
It was. Well, yeah.
That's all I gotta say. We can just leave it at that.
Yeah.
And and I think I watched the Gurren Lagann. One of the entries was a Gurren Lagann, and they actually made jokes about drilling.
Yeah, the drills.
It's inevitable.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So
it's pretty obvious. But that's the thing about that. Like, what we really wanted to do with our humor, and I know you're going to talk about this a little bit more later on, but is that we didn't want to write the first thing that comes to our minds.
Yeah. And believe us, we came up with some, baser,
pretty dirty
humor. It's kind of like your instinctual humor.
Going very blue.
Yeah. So we wanted to challenge ourselves a little bit, not just do, the easy dirty jokes. I mean, you can do dirty jokes about anything.
Dirty jokes can be clever, but more often than not, they're just the first thing that comes to your mind.
Yeah.
And we wanted something that...
And farts can only take you so far.
Yeah.
Yeah. You wanted to shove a couple more jokes in there.
But if you're using, are you using it as a power boat? Because, like, they have the gas-powered things, like cow gas can power things now. Like, those are technically farts, right?
Yeah. There's not very many vehicles in Full Metal Alchemist, though. But,
right, but that's what powers our apartment. Because I still haven't called the electric company and have that changed over yet.
Oh, yeah.
So our house is actually powered by, like, natural things.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. The
Yeah.
bio.
The bioenergy, that's
Yeah.
what I'm talking about. So farts can actually get you kind of far.
Yeah, and it powered our way through Full Metal Alchemist Abridged episode 1.
Yeah.
We're powered by
Farts.
Quite
Yeah.
literally.
Okay, so we should talk about some of the highlights, some of the things that we liked about episode 1.
Nothing.
Sounds.
Joseph, you gonna go first?
Yeah, I'll go first on this one because I haven't spoken in like the past minute or so because I couldn't come up with something to say.
Making up for it now.
Yeah, definitely. Stumbling
So
over
the
words.
sound editing was kind of a big thing for you. You were all over that.
Yeah, because before we did Full Metal Alchemist, we did like a couple fan dubs and a few other things, and voice. What was it? The voice take on that one anime.
We did a little voice test.
Yeah.
With we wanted to find some really random. Oh yeah, no, you were gonna do Deadpool for a voice.
So
a video that someone was gonna do. So.
We have to kind of backtrack here just slightly. There's an anime con, free publication. There's an anime con here in town called Baycon that this guy actually runs, and I do the MC job for it. And there was a documentary crew that came out and recorded a documentary about anime cons.
Yep.
And they wanted to have as the co-host Deadpool, but for some reason they got like a cosplayer to do it and stuff, and they needed a voice actor, so I was doing the voice of Deadpool in that. Maybe we'll put a trailer out.
Yeah, so we might put it up. So we just wanted to test out. I've had this condenser mic for quite a long time, this one right here. We haven't really made much use out of it other than maybe for a little, like some Foley work and stuff like that. So we wanted to do an actual test with voices and actually make it quality. And that's what that was.
Yeah.
But that's where we learned
to do
that
actual Foley work, because most of the sound that you get from these animations is really tied together with the vocal tracks, and we don't want that. So.
Yeah, well, when we're extracting,
I want a sponsorship.
when we're extracting the audio from the footage, often the voices are, you can only center pan out so much.
Yeah.
So and you always are going to lose sound effects, and you have to recreate them. Unfortunately, free sound effects aren't that good. They're recorded with
sounds horrible.
Bad microphones. So we kind of introduced ourselves to sound design a little bit.
You were going to talk about that.
Yeah.
So covered your face there.
So what we did was, like, for the very beginning sound effects, we actually had to muffle our voices.
I don't like the sand.
Jarrett got a memory foam mattress just like a week before, so we ended up having to muffle the voice a couple of times on top of the mattress. We used it to flop down on the sand. And that was really fun.
Yeah, some of my favorite stuff that you did was a lot of the special effects, like the lightning and stuff, is actually his mouth.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to demo some stuff.
Yeah, just
this is raw without any effects on it. We actually just put some distortion on it to make it sound more like lightning, but
it's like a
my brother.
Then we also used it for the sound. We also went.
And so do I.
Now, I would just like to say that, we're going to talk about future videos and stuff like that later on. If we do continue doing stuff, we do want to do some tutorials on, like, how to do sound effects and things like that. So don't give too much away right now. Don't, blow your wad early.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So, what was your favorite part about episode 1?
About episode 1?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of things that I like about it. There are a lot of things that do need to be, improved, that we had, short time limit on, and we'll talk about that more too. But my favorite joke by far is, you know where I'm going. Yeah, because I say it all the time. My favorite joke is, when they're talking about, Father Cornello, hey, I heard he could raise the dead from the ground, all that, right? And the one guy's like, he made my son a man. As they go forward a little bit later, Lust is like, forget about the man's child neglect. And off screen, the guy goes, I'm a good father!
Yep.
I love off screen humor. Because
it acknowledges that these characters are still standing there.
Which is something that anime doesn't really do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Film
I love
doesn't
anime.
hardly do it either.
Yeah, that too. Screen wipe.
I feel like in this chair, like I need to
Go like this.
I feel like
That's
I'm going
fine.
like this, and I'm probably looking weird on camera.
So, one of my favorite parts was some of the jokes we got through, and some of the ways we portrayed the characters.
Yeah.
We kind of portrayed Alphonse as very
Dog.
childless. Sorry,
It doesn't have to be children,
Dude.
God damn it.
dude. It's like midnight. Okay.
Yeah. Dude,
Way
it's
past
2.
that.
Okay, it's 2. It's 2. We're doing this really late. We made Rose kind of Valley Girl, kind of
Definitely.
empty-headed. One of my favorite jokes was, "Alka what?" And then she like blinks. Just like there's nothing going on in there. I think our voice acting was pretty good.
Yeah.
One of the places we needed improvement was on our voice editing.
Yes.
So actually, that's a good segue into regrets.
Yeah.
Maybe regrets is a strong word, but some of the things that we wish we could have done given more time.
Yeah, because we slapped this together in 2 weeks because we saw it at like July.
We saw July
10th.
11th was when we heard about it,
Yeah.
and we decided to do it on the 4th. Started on the 14th.
14th or 15th, yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, too, is that he was going out of town, so we wanted to have the video
Yeah.
done before he left, too.
Yeah.
So we only had 2 weeks to do it, which, I mean, not to sound like we're making excuses or anything, but when you have a contest like this, that's part of it.
Time.
That's part of it is to see what
Yeah.
you can do in a
That amount of
restricted time period.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, and this was also our first time really doing something like this.
Yeah.
Like, we have film experience. We've worked on film projects before. We've worked on voice acting projects before. But this is the first one that we were the only people working on it.
Yeah.
Like we
Yeah.
were. It was just us.
We usually do
You know.
bigger team projects, but
Right.
this is the first one that we've seen to fruition.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I regret, and this is someone in the comments posted about this, about our reverb. We actually did not look into
Room
proper
size.
reverb techniques. We just
Yeah.
kind of slapped on the reverb filter.
Yeah.
And we made the mistake of not making that consistent because we didn't really save or choose a particular
preset for it.
Yeah.
There was different presets that we'd use depending on how complex the lines were, and because it gets kind of too full
Yeah.
if you have a
And-
lot of sounds happening at once.
And when we recorded, for like the row section, we just had them for a short amount of time.
Yeah,
And
we
I
had-
wasn't
we had
even
two-
here that day. I want to point that out. I was not here that day.
Well, we had
Throw them under the bus.
we had
Throw them under the bus.
we had 2 hours. I mean, Cecil did a great job.
Yeah.
It's just our post editing was a little inconsistent, and
Yeah.
it was kind of last minute too.
It was
Yeah.
super time restricted. And then, like the other thing that we were thinking, which doesn't exactly make sense, but we were thinking of it from a regular film standpoint. That's like, how far would the camera be from this character?
Yeah.
So the closer it was, we did different effects than if it was wide shots.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and volume had an effect on it as well.
Yeah, that might not have been the best idea.
So we had, so.
So we already addressed kind of some of the challenges we faced. The time restriction of 1 month.
Yeah.
Actually, half a month for us in particular.
The biggest thing that I like, going back a little bit, the regret is that we couldn't figure out what exactly we wanted to do with Al's armor. Because if you watch the video, you notice there's a distinct
The clanking.
lack of
that you're
clanking.
talking- Yeah.
And that, I have a huge
It was
regret
a-
on. I hope we can
it
fix
was a
later
hard
on.
sound to try to emulate.
Yeah.
So
I've got another regret before we go on.
okay.
A lot of regrets.
And this isn't so much of a regret because we're going to try to do a lot of these later on, but there were
Yeah.
some jokes that we wanted to use, but because of the 10
Oh
minute
yeah.
restrictions.
Where did lust come from?
Lust, because I mean we threw a quick wink at it, but like Lust appears out of nowhere in the
Yeah.
bar scene.
There's no.
So
You don't see her legs. She's not
Yeah.
sitting there. It's like she appears out of thin air. And we
Yeah.
wanted to like do a
really
joke on that,
emphasize
but
that.
but we wanted to do the 3 droppings of the radio, and that took up a ton of time, so we
Yeah.
couldn't do the joke.
Yeah, and there's a few other ones that I don't want to give away just in case we do end up doing something
Yeah.
with them later on.
Yeah.
But
You notice I was being very silent about that one, so.
yeah.
So another thing I think we should highlight, and I don't want to toot my own horn a little bit, but I like some of the edits. Some of the edits that I did, I thought were pretty good.
Yeah.
So once they enter Riole in the beginning, when you got the Mexican music going, we edited in a Mexican flag,
in the
That was,
very
that was
top
actually
center.
a learning experience for me trying to have the image track with.
Which was really fast because I was
Yeah.
gone for like 30 minutes and I came back in and
Mhm.
you had already done
Yeah.
it. You're like, hey, look at this.
Another edit was I added a food tray in front of Edward at the
And in
when
the
he's
prison
first locked
scene,
up.
That was
Yeah.
like that was different parts.
We cut Rose
So-
completely out of it.
Yeah. So that was actually taken from 2 different scenes. So we had to put the
Yep.
food tray in there so that we
Yeah,
matched
Rose
everything.
originally brings in
Yeah.
the food.
Yeah.
The one I really liked because to me it looks the best is when they're in the bar and he goes, I didn't mean it like that. You have that anime, the boy.
Yeah.
the shame or
the like
awkward kind of
yeah,
thing.
the awkward thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that one was really good. And I don't want to because we keep saying we and stuff like that, which is good. We like to be inclusive, but we had nothing to do with that.
No,
that
was Jarrett.
That was all Jarrett. So we're gonna continue saying we, but we want to give credit where credit's due. And
Yeah.
that was
But
all.
yeah, I mean, you had some contributing edits, but that was mostly.
That was
the
mostly
sound.
that was mostly
you did
sound
editing, but
related.
just not.
You did some
editing,
flaps
too.
though. You did some flaps.
Oh yeah, I did a few flaps.
You did film editing too, just not those
Yeah.
particular.
Oh, that's
No.
another
Yeah.
regret that I had too. Due to time constraints, we couldn't perfect the flaps.
Yeah.
And flaps is going to be a hot topic for us too.
Yeah.
Because when I was younger, I used to do puppet shows.
Okay.
This is like news to both
yeah,
of you.
I'm just like.
This is news to both of you.
All right.
Anyways, when you're talking with a puppet, you don't do.
now because this got weird.
Hey, I was a kid and I was doing it for other kids.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
I'm not
when you're a
judging, man.
puppet, you don't do every single syllable because that is unnatural. Because when people talk,
Yeah.
their tongues make some of the sound. Their tongue makes some of the sounds.
Put that away.
He's trying to do product
Children are
placement.
watching.
They better not.
Anyways,
that would be
It's-
fucking wrong if they were watching.
it's kind of off. It kind of looks weird, and this is something that a lot of abridgers do. They do flaps every single time they see a spike in the audio,
Yeah.
which looks wrong, and it's not how
I don't like it.
professional dubbers do it.
Uh,
That's
If you look at the way Funimation does it, they try to start what they're saying when the mouth opens and they end what they're saying when the mouth closes.
Yeah.
They're not trying to match the syllables exactly perfectly,
no.
because that looks unnatural and it
Yeah.
looks hyper edited.
Yeah.
And that's what we wanted to avoid. So we tried matching our script to the flaps as much as possible. The only one that bothered me a little bit was the when Cornello's saying, "Oh, the glory for me and none
Yeah.
for them," ha ha ha, whatever. The
Yeah.
mouth movements are kind of off, and then the other one was the Polly wants a cracked skull.
Well, with
Yeah.
there was a couple other ones that bothered me, but they weren't too bad. But with
Yeah.
the Father Cornello one, I do want to kind of address that one. We had written a certain thing that went with it, and I just kind of, because this is just, you got to do this sometimes. We recorded it plain like once or twice,
Yeah.
and then I'm just like, I want to take one, and I just made a bunch of shit up.
Yeah, he even made up a
And
word.
I even made.
What was
What
that?
was it?
Think that I'm their prophet. But all I'm doing is exploiting them, taking their money, doing these precious little things that they call miracles.
What was the
From-
word?
Wait.
Precious little things?
Precious little things.
Precious
little things
that they call magic. Miracles. What?
Yeah, there you go.
But but the thing about it is that it felt more natural for the character. Like it seemed like he was actually talking as opposed to
Yeah.
reading off something.
Yeah.
And so we just really liked it and we decided to run with it. But unfortunately, that resulted in some issues.
Yeah.
But we felt that the lines were funnier and
Yeah.
that they worked out better and stuff. Which that's what really nice is. Sometimes spontaneity can do things like that.
Yeah.
Like a lot of our lines, we write scripts for this. Like we wrote a script for this, but most of our jokes come from us reading the script and be like throwing away one-liners to be funny to each other.
And
Yeah.
And
And then,
improv
yeah.
is very.
And then rewriting
Some of the best
it
jokes come out of improv.
Yeah.
and rewriting it. Yeah.
So that's quite a bit on what we think about episode 1. So why don't we've got 100 subscribers now, over 100 subscribers now, and
Yeah.
we've had quite a bit of views on our video. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of the other top entries. I don't want to put ourselves in one of the tops, but
It's a little bit too soon
They were
for that.
pushing, 40,000 views.
Yeah.
And we've got, about a fourth of that, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
It might have to do with timing. It might have to do... Actually, I don't know what it is. People are probably sharing our videos or something like that. A lot of our views came from suggested videos.
Yeah.
Anyways, this is enough incentive for us to continue.
Yep.
And we've actually got plans to do episode 2. And we've actually been watching the series multiple times to try to get our jokes, our foreshadow jokes ready.
Yeah.
So how is this gonna what is this gonna look like?
I do have to say one thing. I did not know he was going to release that in this video. That we were going to be
I
continuing.
thought that was
forward.
going to happen because I looked at the piece of paper.
I thought he was going to be like really ambiguous about it. So I'm sitting over here just going like, is this supposed to be happening?
We're doing it. Okay. We started.
All right.
So what is this gonna look like? How often do you guys think we'll be releasing these?
Every in my opinion, every 2 months, 2 to 3 months, somewhere between there.
I would love to have a monthly release date, but it's not very realistic.
It's hard to do it when you have a life.
Yeah, well.
and money.
And money's a huge thing, but like I want to say these guys pulled a lot of my slack because I have a full-time job.
Yeah.
They're students and it's summertime, so they have a little bit more time. They have jobs too, but they're more part-time where I'm working full-time.
And I work from home.
And you work from home, so
yeah.
Mostly.
Yeah, mostly.
Part-time home, part-time.
Yep.
So
in the office.
So I wasn't able to be around during a lot of the editing and things like that. So going forward, as they start school back and I continue to work my full-time job, we might not be able to take the time to, be like, well, you can't do that, so I'll pull this part of it away.
Yeah.
So a monthly date might not be possible, but
yeah,
that's what I
mean,
would
Team
want.
4-Star releases every 3 months.
Every 3
if
months.
not more.
Yeah. If they release more, then everyone goes, woohoo!
But since you release something, I'm going to release something now too. What we would like to do going forward is we don't want to just do Full Metal Alchemist Abridged. That is going to be...
This is our Kickstarter for the channel.
This is our Kickstarter for the channel.
Set it in the description.
And that's going to be, one of our main things for sure, because that's what people like. That's what we want them to come back for. That's kind of what we're known for because that's our only video.
Yeah.
But we want to do videos where we talk about how to do Foley work, instructional things.
Yeah, I might do some Premiere and audition tutorials.
Right.
Yeah. My trade's graphic design, so I'm really familiar with the software.
And I'd love to do more things. We haven't fully planned out everything we're gonna do yet. I'd love to do more things like this where we do podcasts and kind of talk about like nerdy news and stuff like that. A lot of I think Team 4-Star does that too.
Sometimes they also do Let's Plays.
Let's Plays might be something that we
yeah.
would be interested in doing.
I think that's even like on the page already.
Yeah, I'm playing a ton of Overwatch. I would love to do videos. And I keep slamming my hand on the table.
I don't know if we're gonna be able to do this, but I would love to do like a comedy sketch here or two. Not like a regular thing, but like just a little nod to our funny moments because there's a lot of them here.
Some behind the scenes things would be nice.
Yeah.
Just like 'cause we went through a lot of shit just setting this up.
Yeah.
Just setting this up took us like 2 hours.
Yeah.
And
Well, because this is the first time like we're kind of making a pseudo set. We got like our little logo here and whatever.
Yeah.
We got some lighting in here.
killing
this
dope.
right here.
Anyways,
Posters.
so you guys can actually look forward to us continuing this series. Thanks for the subscriptions. Thanks for the views.
Thank you so much.